so we can go ahead and begin getting up on these other nations, as well as our own people who have made a covenant with these nations. You gonna get it too.
You gotta feel it when it's around, son. I'm trying to tell you.
War, it must come, it must go. Because that's the way the world goes. Don't fuck with my spirit, my crow. Like I told you hoes, you get exposed. Don't fuck with my spirit, yes, sisters gon' hear it. Don't fuck with my spirit, yes, sisters gon' hear it. Cause I got the keys, oppressing and fear it. Cause I got the keys, oppressing and fear it. Don't fuck with my spirit, don't fuck with my spirit. Don't fuck with my spirit, don't fuck with my spirit. Don't fuck with my spirit, don't fuck with my spirit. Cause I got the keys and they fear it.
Don't fuck with me when I'm in my bliss. My ancestors, they cause a shit. And I can't control how they get. Calling out the thing and it's off with they head. Catch me the bill. My eyes crying red. I feel all they pain. My ancestors, yes, they won't leave my memory. Is this insane? Or is this a gift? They call us a witch, cause our souls got drip. I know that is power, this magic hour. Yeah, this magic hour.
War, it must come, it must go. Because that's the way the world goes. Don't fuck with my spirit, my crow. Like I told you hoes, you get exposed. Don't fuck with my spirit, yes, sisters gon' hear it. Don't fuck with my spirit, yes, sisters gon' hear it. Cause I got the keys, oppressing and fear it. Cause I got the keys, oppressing and fear it. Don't fuck with my spirit, don't fuck with my spirit. Don't fuck with my spirit, don't fuck with my spirit. Don't fuck with my spirit, don't fuck with my spirit. Cause I got the keys and they fear it.
Should we live in peace or should we cause war? They think it's a game till the soul hit the floor. This is not sin, and I am not him. Black this shit out, bang on his word. I roll with real good, I roll with real good. He ain't no member, he can't get in. Shout out sex line, beat up my twins. Call on that shit, blaze up my truck. Call on Chaco, bring hell to rep. Call on Logo, bring down some stress. Call on Ocean, bring down your bro. Call on Oil, bring down them tools.
It must come, it must go. Because that's the way the world goes. Don't fuck with my spirit, my crow. Like I told you hoes, you get exposed. Don't fuck with my spirit, yes, sisters gon' hear it. Don't fuck with my spirit, yes, sisters gon' hear it. Cause I got the keys, oppressing and fear it. Cause I got the keys, oppressing and fear it. Don't fuck with my spirit, don't fuck with my spirit. Don't fuck with my spirit, don't fuck with my spirit. Don't fuck with my spirit, don't fuck with my spirit. Cause I got the keys and they fear it.
Father, as it go. Ashe, thank you, universe.
Peace to the family in the chat. Peace to everyone that is here, that is following our Father, who is listening and called by our mother, who is looking at the example that Yahushua gave us. To the ones who have been acknowledging our ancestors, the ones that our ancestors have been praying for us to manifest at these times. Now, I did a video a couple hours ago, and watch what happens. Video had about 4,000 views in 2 hours. And what's going to happen as soon as this video goes, the other video is going to pretty much stop, which just shows you the manipulation is going on. It's kind of funny. I'm like, why do y'all need to manipulate what I'm saying? Because, you know, we're nothing but objects for you guys to try to clown. You got your boy Drewski trying to come out here and trying to clown the Israelites. So if what we say can easily be debunked and be clowned, then why mess with numbers? Why hide information? Why hide books? Why hide history? If you think, that's right, oh, at Christmas, that's a white man's holiday. You know, oh, brother, you need to come over here and join us and leave that white girl alone. As if, see, that's what happens when you guys set these groups up. As if every black person can join our awakening. See, that's shit that you guys came up with. Trust and believe the vast majority of so-called Negroes will not be joining this awakening on this round. So again, that's something that you guys have made up with that group so that you guys can say, oh, they're just as bad as the white church. You know, they're black supremacists just like they're, you know, the church is white supremacy. Again, we don't have any power. So therefore, we can't be a supremacist. We can't force people to follow anything that we say. I'll play a couple of little videos I have because someone's like, well, why don't y'all take a DNA test and prove that you're the Israelites? Again, why don't you go and tell the Jewish people to take, you know, DNA tests to prove who they are? I'm not the one in Israel saying that I'm the people and demanding $30 to $40 billion from your country. Shouldn't they have to prove who they are? I mean, I'm not getting absolutely anything for saying that I'm the Israelites, but they are. In fact, we got politicians here that say that, well, if you bless Israel, you'll be blessed. And if you curse Israel, you'll be cursed. But you're pointing at those people over there. So again, if that's the case and they're getting billions of $30, $40 billion every single month or year, whatever the hell they're getting, shouldn't they have to prove who they are? Shouldn't it be not, hey, I'm not going to take your word for it, bro. If I'm going to cut these checks, if I'm going to be cutting all these checks and sending all this military aid over there and sending my military over there, shouldn't you make sure that those are the people? And we already know it's illegal for them to do that. And someone tried to come in the comments, oh, I couldn't find anywhere. I looked everywhere. I couldn't find anywhere that it was illegal for somebody Native. I was like, bruh, this is the day and age where you are going to have to do work. It's not my job to give you every little thing. That's not my job. That's your job. If you want to know the truth, then you got to put forth effort. But again, it was some other fake bot with a fake account that's got no information, no videos, no nothing. Again, nothing but fake bots. That's all that they have. You know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't a church. If you want someone to teach you how to think, go to a church. I've already done the work. I've already proved it to myself. That's all I needed to prove it to. I need to prove it for you. But it was funny because I'm like, I like how they ran right after IUIC. And they were trying to clown them. And then some guy The brother Sly already, destroyed, tried to, sit there and just laugh. And that's the guy's video popped up when I was doing the last video. And he's sitting there just laughing, with the big bushy eyebrows. He's a white Jesus worshiper. And, you got to have the apologetics. You got to be able to counter these guys. You can't counter me. You cannot counter anything. If you could counter what I'm saying, you would have already. You can do that with controlled opposition who only teach from books that you teach. And it's funny how there's they predominantly use Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. I'm sorry, it starts at 15. So it's not just one verse that proves who we are. There's 53 verses that prove who we are. We don't need just one when there's 50 plus verses that we don't need one. We got 50 plus, 53 to be exact, that prove who we are. And it keeps talking about the the Atlantic slave trade. No, because we were already here. Again, that's what happens when you seem to think that we need to listen to what you say or work under the parameters that you establish. We were already here. We've been getting moved from Turtle Island all over the place on Turtle Island, as well as all over the earth. But again, see, it doesn't really matter at this point. Who are you people to be trying to clown us when you can't even feed your people? And when I say your people, I'm talking about Psalms 83. Who are you to clown when your entire civilization is crumbling in front of everyone? Who are you to try to clown when you now Section 8 is being taken away from your people? Why is it that your people are crying to Trump and the government to save them? Oh, because Trump and the government are their God. Y'all keep trying to talk about how much y'all love Jesus and Jesus is going to find a way and make a way and everything else. But again, why don't I see any videos from people who are on EBT and Snap talking about Jesus and how Jesus is going to find a way? Oh, well, our kids. Oh, what about our kids? Our kids are all the while many of you people who have been getting EBT, they were talking about this, have been selling your food stamps in order for you to get your nails done, your hair done, this done, buy this, buy that. But you weren't worrying about your kids when you were doing things like that. And I know that. I saw that because when I was a little kid, I was given like $1 food stamp sometimes to go buy a piece of candy or a piece of gum and get the change and then take it back to my aunties. I didn't realize that that's what they were doing, but I saw exactly how that was going on. So again, you want people to feel sorry for you, but while we were telling you this truth about who we are and what's going to happen in the future, you laughed, you scoffed, you laughed all the way until today. You're still laughing and scoffing with the things that are like Drewski here making fun of the truth. They never paid us any attention whatsoever. This shows you, again, are you still thinking Jesus is going to save you? Are you really thinking that Jesus is going to get you out of this situation? See, you got a lot of people thinking that, oh, the government's going to be open in a week or two. How? How? See, I'm going to show you a video, and it makes sense how pretty much these Republicans might not be trying to open up the government for the next 3 to 4 years. Because everything that they wanted to pass, they passed in the big, beautiful bill. The Republicans got everything they wanted in that big, beautiful bill. So, Everything that's coming on the earth, they already put in motion. They already made it a law. So in order to open up the government, they would have to negotiate with the Democrats. But why would they negotiate when everything that they wanted was already in the big, beautiful bill? Like, they didn't know that they were going to make people's medical insurance double, triple, quadruple. They didn't know that they were making people have to pay like $10,000 deductibles. Oh, it was this all a shock to the Republicans? No, it was not. No, it was not. It's exactly what they planned. You see what I'm saying? It was already, this destruction was the plan. And again, this destruction was not by the Republicans or the Democrats. This big, beautiful bill was not concocted by Trump. This big, beautiful bill was concocted by the Most High. Nothing that these people do is on their own accord, because the Most High is the one who is destroying this system. This is their system. This is what they wanted to happen. This is what the Most High used these people to do. So if they were to open the government up, then all these things that are already in place, what, they're going to negotiate to stop them? Is that what you guys really think, that you other nations, that the Republicans are going to vote or try to negotiate to stop what they wanted in the first place? Exactly, Proverbs 31. The Most High is pulling the strings. And there's all these videos like, well, hold on, let me play a couple here. Because this is a planned takedown. This is a planned takedown. Here's this woman here who's at the grocery store, and it's the first. So they're assuming there's gonna be a lot of people. Usually that's when they get their cards loaded, and that's when they go shopping. When I was, small, and I was on food stamps, when I wasn't living with my parents, and I was living back in Kentucky with that family, we didn't get food pretty much until the 1st and the 15th. On the 1st, when they got them food stamps, they'd go and buy everything. They would go and buy and just fill up carts and bring all of this food home. And pretty much by the middle of the month, we had nothing but beans and bread, and that was it until the next round of food stamps came. So I know exactly how that is. But now all of a sudden today, the 1st, when those cars are supposed to be pretty much reloaded, no one's at the store. So let me play this video right here about this lady at a store and what she saw today.
So I just walked into Foods for Less. I just need to come in here and grab 1 or 2 things. But the store is damn near empty. There's hardly anybody in here, see? And it's the 1st of the month. I mean, this lady was like, I don't mean to be mean, but I'm glad it's like this because I just came in here to get 2 things. I'm telling you, these grocery stores is empty. The 1st of the month, this is the Foods for Less on 87, baby. This place is cracking. Ain't nobody in there. They saving them stamps if they did get them, or they stamps probably got delayed. But there ain't nobody really shopping in this bad fella. So I just walked into Foods for Less. I just need...
But you guys catch yourselves trying to clown some people. Trying to clown us. See, they try to make it sound like this guy's trying to be a commentary on the Drewski thing and trying to break things down as if Hebrew Israelites is something new. See, things are going back to how they were intended to be. What you have been living is something new. What you have been living with the white man in charge is something new. It is something that you can see that is not sustainable. Them being in charge is not sustainable because they will destroy themselves and anyone that is with them. You understand? You are not supposed to be on the chosen people's lands. You do not have control over what happens here. This is why things are going badly, horribly for you. Because now these lands are returned to the true owners. You will not be receiving any more free benefits here. You will not be living high on the hog while we suffer on our own lands. The curses that, when people talk about, there's only, the Hebrew Israelites only go to like pretty much one verse, Deuteronomy 28:68. That's all they pretty much go to. The 53 verses of curses are now on you. And you going into slavery is but one curse. There are other curses that are going to fall on all of you. And maybe we'll touch on some of those in a little bit. But one of them is about how you guys are going to be living in fear. You're going to, act like you're going to come up and do certain things that you're going to scatter like roaches, which is exactly what you are living right now. So you might want to, when you listen to these people tell you about, there's only one verse. Yeah, well, Joel 3:6 and on lets you know that Deuteronomy 28:68 is about to fall on you too. Because your children are going to be sold into slavery and scattered to the four corners. You're going to work fields and you're not going to enjoy, the fruits thereof. You're going to be crying when your children are taken away from you and you don't have them anymore. You will be sick. See, all of these curses that they keep telling you that, the Hebrew, they don't talk about those. Those curses are on you now. Those curses, what did Trump say now? No more free food. No more free EBT. No more free Section 8. You're going to have to do what? Work for it. Why all of a sudden all the work requirements? Look, this was the first time that the EBT payments have not gone out in guess how many years? Just guess. This is the first time they have not gone out in 60 years. 60 years. Which was when, around 1965, they allowed all these immigrants to come in here and get what? Free everything. Why? Because they were told to come over here and get their what? Get the, a better life for yourselves. A better life for yourselves. You think it's a coincidence that all of a sudden now, 60 years later, when we told you X marks the spot, it's a wrap. You are done. Then, for the first time, SNAP benefits didn't go out yesterday. That's when all the other nations have, you guys in 1965 until 2025, you've been enjoying life, living high off the hog. It's over. It is over. But you catch yourself trying to make some videos trying to clown us. You're trying to clown us. You who made up doctrines of the rapture and have been wrong every single time are trying to clown us. That's interesting. What's this one?
Guys, people are trying to use their EBT and it's not being approved. The lady got mad at me. She's like, why? It's not working. I was like, well, the government shut it down, lady. Don't you know? She's like, I didn't hear anything. Well, it's all over the place. But now you know. Guys, people are trying to use their...
See, that was it right there. Lady tries to come up and use her EBT and it doesn't work. She's like, why is it not working? He's like, the whole government's been shut down. I didn't know. That is exactly what you've been lulled into sleep this whole time. It's how you've been lulled into sleep, by giving you benefits that you don't even know why you're getting them. You're just getting them and you're expecting them to go on forever. You're expecting everything to keep on going on as it has been, been going on forever. You didn't look at all the signs. You didn't look at the X marks the spot. You didn't look at 2017, 2024. You haven't listened to us. But you do try to laugh when you see things that are talking about us and then think, oh, Jesus is going to make it right. You still get that woman, I'm sure, still goes to, still believes in the priests, still believes in the Catholic Church, still believes in the Christian church, still believes white Jesus, because you think that white Jesus is going to make everything okay for you. This is it. Very comfortable. And that's what happens when you make a deal with the devil. He makes things very comfortable when he is in charge. The Most High is now turning his face back to his people. We have been raised up, and we are the new HNICs in this bitch. And now the father and the mother are coming after you. Now they're coming after you. You just look at all these videos, man, all over the place. I got a couple I want to show you. Just hold on.
$7.8 billion a month is...
Did you know 70% of EBT food stamps go to illegal immigrants? 70% of EBT goes to illegal immigrants, all different types. There are illegal immigrants from all over the world. 70% have been getting free food. One dude talks about how, it's like $9 billion a month for the food, but he says it's really like $200 billion a month when you add up probably Section 8, and you add up Section free housing, free food, probably free medical care, $200 billion a month. You guys thought that was all going to be sustainable forever? Like I told you guys before, they just started really increasing the debt since the 70s. 5 years after they started, the EBT program. And I'm sure we go. So 5 years after that, all of a sudden in the 70s, they started running up all this debt. How are they running up all this debt? Because they've been giving all these people their blessing, their better life here. And now the debt is due. But they keep on, well, what about the kids? Did you guys care about our children for the last 500 plus years? Have you cared about our children not getting benefits, not being able to eat, not being able to, to enjoy anything? No, you haven't cared. You thought Jesus is going to rapture up all the kids in the world and they were going to have to go through anything, while our kids have been going through hell. So let's check this out right here.
$7.8 billion a month is all I needed to hear. Keep the fucking government close. I'm cool with it. Did you know that
really
$7.8 billion is what they spend a
8.5
month
to
on
9.
SNAP benefits, and over 70% of SNAP recipients are not even legal American citizens. So our taxpayers are going to pay for the SNAP benefits, which is making them morbidly obese, which is making them need health care, which we're paying for their free health care, and then the cycle just continues and continues and continues. No, thank you. So you want us to approve health care now, free, for illegal immigrants when over 70% of SNAP benefits are going to illegal immigrants at the rate of almost $8 billion a month. No, thank you. I stand 10 toes down. I hate the fact that the military is not getting paid. I hate the fact that government workers are not getting paid. But guess what? If we continue to allow this, they will continue to take advantage of it. Here in my home state, there are illegal immigrants going to their congressmen telling them we cannot afford to live or stay in the United States without government assistance. But I thought illegals were not getting government assistance. Isn't that what they tried to lie to us and tell us? I thought they told us that they were not receiving health care benefits. Oh, but yes, they are. And now you have them at our boards choosing or acting like they are respecting our law and the way that our system works here. Now, all of a sudden, when their benefits get cut, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. Keep it closed. Keep it closed. $7.8 billion a month is all I needed to hear. Keep the fucking government closed. I'm cool with it.
Now, again, this is showing you like how everybody has been in our faces lying to us. Everyone, but of course, Psalms 83, 99% of the people around us are getting all these benefits. And in line, oh no, they're not getting free food, they're not getting free housing, they're not getting free medical care, they're not getting free education. I'm like, really? But see, this is the Most High bringing everything out now. This is the Most High bringing everything out right now. And then blame everything on us, right, Larry Dean? Exactly. Blame everything on us. Like, what the fuck? Like we did it? This is what happens. This is the Most High. That's why all this stuff is coming out now. So again, it's going back to how it used to be. When we were in charge, we control Turtle Island. Now, if there's other people living around us, it's because they're doing what? Cleaving to the people. Just like all you people cleaved to white Jesus, and it worked out for you so long as you cleaved to white Jesus. That worked when Edomites controlled our lands. As you can see, he doesn't control our lands anymore. He does not control this place anymore. And the Most High is quickly turning the tables on everybody who has fallen in love with white Jesus. And it doesn't matter what color you are. It matters where your heart has been and who you follow, who you've been cleaving to. Either you cleaved to like someone like myself and my people who follow the Most High, or you've been cleaving to white Jesus and Esau. You guys are all stuck in the middle. Either you're going to cleave to the Israelites, or you're going to cleave to white Jesus and the church. You're seeing now what happens when you cleave to white Jesus, the church, and the governments here. And they try to talk about Democrats and Republicans. You've had Democrats and Republicans in office since 1965. Stop with the bullshit, making it seem like, oh, it's all Biden, when you've all been in office and you've allowed this system to continue. You're all, it's like, you guys try that BS. That stuff doesn't fly. All of you are part of that system, and all of you are going to have to pay now. Really simple. And if what I'm saying is wrong, prove it. Don't try to make a little silly clip, try to laugh it off, because there's nothing funny now. There's nothing funny about what's happening in this country now. And it's all on your time. The ones that could have helped you, you laughed at and thought, you're just trying to clown us. Well, hey, that's cool. Now look at what's going on with you. Hold on.
Just so we're clear, SNAP food stamps, it's over $100 billion a month. Yeah. When you add in Section 8 housing and all the other stuff that we give away, it's almost $200 billion a month. That's how much you and I are paying. A population that is fed by the government is easy to control. That's why they do it.
Partly, yeah, but they're fed by the government because they made a covenant with the government. They got fed and housed by the government because they made a covenant with white Jesus. They made a covenant with Satan. You get nothing for free. No one gets anything for free. Someone's eventually going to have to pay. You guys are now having to pay for what white Jesus, the checks that white Jesus has cashed. About no men crying about EBT. Yeah, because a lot of the women were getting EBT, and men have been living with, a lot of these men have been living with women who've been getting all these free benefits and living high off the hog and whatever else. I said, the people, everybody's gotten a chance to benefit from these benefits, from the system. If you're a part of that group. If you were a part of that group. So hold on.
You living in a fucking 3-story condo paying $25. You thought that shit was gonna last for... On top of the food stamps getting cut, Trump is cutting 43% of the Section 8 housing. Unless you are handicapped, senior citizen, your ass got to pay that rent. Your rent is about to go from $25 to probably $1,200, like a normal human being. If you're an able-bodied person, the hustle is over, my niggas. Trump is putting an end to that shit. And to be quite honest, I'm tired of you niggas living better than me and only paying $20 a month. So whatever. These niggas be living in 3-story condos, fam, and rebuilt the projects and let you niggas pay $20 a month. It's over. Listen, they rebuilding projects so that they can take niggas off of Section 8, and people who can pay rent is gonna be able to move in there. Only people that can afford that little...
Well, ain't nobody gonna be able to afford rent the way this thing is going. Because like I said, this is a wrap. As you can see, like it's coming at everybody in different directions. EBT, Section 8, school, layoffs. It's every direction. It's always something. The system is broken. This one here.
Go behind them and pay for their health care. Now, before we say, oh, but your health ain't... Everyone, here's mine. SNAP benefits are set to end here on October the 31st. And I think I've had a change of heart. I went from feeling sad, feeling heartbroken for so many people who would be negatively impacted by the loss of these SNAP benefits. But now that it's gone on for maybe about 2 weeks or so, and we've seen so many different people weigh in and give their perspectives on things, and we've allowed the Democrats to continue to talk themselves into a bigger hole than they ever could have possibly imagined, my mindset has changed a bit. Bruh, I hope they don't bring it back. I'm good with it being gone. You motherfuckers use this shit like a crutch. You use it like a crutch. You break the law with it, commit federal offenses. When you buy it, you buy the worst possible shit for your health, making you a bigger liability to the public, a bigger responsibility on the public, because not only can you not feed yourselves, you also can't afford to pay for your own medical care. So now the taxpayer is caught in this doom loop where we constantly have to pay for people to eat, and then they eat the wrong shit, which causes them to have poor health, and then we have to go behind them and pay for their health care. Now, before we say, oh, but your health ain't... Fair point. I'm also not seeking government assistance. Not now, nor have I ever been a recipient of SNAP benefits. So this doesn't make me a better or worse. It's just using the government for assistance was never in my purview. It was never in my wheelhouse of things to do to survive. Never once thought about it. Never once considered it, but I've also had a job since I was 14 years old. So that is what that is. Now, for all of my ghetto, ratchet baby mamas with the biggest sense of entitlement in the world, yeah, I'm not going to say I wish that you starve. I'm not going to say that I wish your children starve. But I will say this. Isn't this par for the course? When you give the government the ability to feed you, you also give them the ability to starve you. And let me make another point. So many of you women, especially black women, you mouth off. You mouth.
Hold on. Didn't like that video. Hold on.
Off. You run your fucking lips. You talk shit. You put your man down. You have these babies out of wedlock, knowing that you can't take care of them because in your mind, daddy government will always be there to cover the losses. Daddy government will always be there to clean up the spilled milk. Well, guess what? Daddy government died. Now what you gonna do? I don't want to hear shit about Thanksgiving, Christmas, and all this other weird shit, and how we gonna feed our family and all that. Bruh, there was a point in time when I would have been willing to listen to that, where you may have been able to tug at my heartstrings, because people are really struggling. And there are people out there who do really need the assistance. But overall, if you look at what the welfare state has done to the black population, it has destroyed us. It has ruined our ability to fight for ourselves. It has ruined our ability to provide for ourselves. It has ruined our wherewithal to go out there and overcome adversity and stand tall in tough situations. It has destroyed our children. It has destroyed our families. It has destroyed our communities. And all y'all continue to do is want to line up day in and day out and bitch and moan that you can't get free shit instead of going out there and making something happen. The 5 to 10 minutes that you spent making this TikTok video, which I'm doing the same thing. The 5 to 10 minutes that you spent making this TikTok video, you could have been thinking of different ways to hustle up some food or a few dollars to buy some food to put in your household. Government assistance was never meant for you to get on government assistance and stay there. It's supposed to be assistance, as in you use it to assist yourself and then you get off of it. But that's not what happened. So many, especially in my community. No, we're not the biggest recipients of SNAP benefits. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the visible, visceral damage that has been done to the black community, and all of it has been started by the welfare state, Section 8 housing, government assistance. We don't need that shit. We need to pull ourselves up by our own bootstraps, the way that we used to do it back in the past. How do you think something like Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma even happens in the first place? It wasn't through government assistance. It wasn't through SNAP benefits. It wasn't through Section 8. It was through hard work and dedication. But that's just my opinion. Love to know yours. Drop a like, comment, share this video, and of course, you know, I need to help a brother out special. Smash that follow button. Everyone has an opinion.
I don't quite understand why when people bring out information about, like, say, women, and a lot of women seem to get offended really easily. If it's not talking about you, then don't take offense to it. No one's saying it's just our women. Yes, our men a lot of our men are also very irresponsible. But this government went after our men and removed them, and then took and gave a lot of assistance to our women in order for them to act or think that they did not need a man. Because the government took the place of men. And I've seen that before when I said something or I played something and, oh, well, you know, and someone got upset. And I'm like, why are you getting so upset? The government did this on purpose. It was not just you that got affected. Our children also got affected. Our men got affected, but it's not the days of just, you know, look, they took the men out of the house. They gave them, our women, all this free stuff. They gave them the opportunity to go get educated. And then our women thought that they were better than us men and didn't need, as they always say, I don't need no nigga. I don't need you niggas in the house. I'm doing fine all by myself. I don't need no man. As if they were doing everything by themselves. They were just given money to take the place of the man, but then there was no man in the house to give direction. Like, men are much more than just a paycheck. I hate to break it down like this, but it's like women seem to think that, like, today, like, they want someone who's 6'5", who makes a lot of money. Everybody seems to think that they deserve that. Every woman seems to think they deserve some man that's at over 6 foot, makes 6 figures, but then they don't want a man that wants, like, who's going to give direction or parameters or anything else like that. Like, what makes you guys what makes women think that they can get a man like that and that he's not going to have certain things that he wants or certain things that he expects? What makes the women today think that, well, I need him to do this, I need him to have this and that to, date me, even though I have 3 or 4 different kids by 3 or 4 different dudes, and he's need to take them on too. I mean, this whole society is so screwed. And it's like, people should not be trying to, like, well, it wasn't just us, it was you men too. Well, we already know that. No one's saying that, but also there are very few men. What do you guys think is going to happen in the future? I mean, how things are going to go. If you read the Apocalypse of Abraham, he already tells you there's only going to be a very few men that are going to be saved. There's only going to be a very few men that are going to be, protected. And those type of men are going to have very high standards for any women that they choose to be with. And sex is not going to be super high up on the list. I mean, that's worked in this society. That's why people are like, well, what do you bring to the table? I am the table. And some sisters was like, yeah, that might have been true when you were 20, but it's not true now that you're 40 and you got like 3 or 4 or 5 kids and you're a single mom. It's a totally different thing. But see, that's again, that's what this society has made everybody think. It's all about money. This money's gone. This system is gone. So now what do you think is going to be the value of a man? Do you think it has anything to do with money? It's not going to deal with, it's going to deal with a spiritual man that has a connection with the Most High, that has a connection with the Holy Spirit, that has been chosen by the Most High. And the same thing with the women. Most of the men ain't shit. Most of the women ain't shit at this point. I said, because this society has taken a man out of the house and replaced it with a check from EBT and Section 8, and then allowed the woman to be the head of the house, and then no direction for the young boys because they can't become a man without a man in the house. And now we got a society that's just screwed. So please stop with the, looking at what this society deems a good man or a good woman, because this society has no clue what a good man or a good woman is. You see, like this is what happens when, just like the women were just given a paycheck and allowed to run the house with the black community, it's exactly what's happened with every single community. Every single community is the same. Even though many of these communities have a man in the house, they don't have a man in the house. They have a man in the house. Yeah, okay, he's got a penis. Okay, yeah, he's got that. He's got no spiritual understanding. He doesn't run shit. His woman runs over him. He doesn't teach his children anything. Right? And there's no direction. So there are no good men anywhere. Just Trump's a good man, why? Because he pays for it. He has 3 baby mamas and he paid money. Does that mean he's a good man? You see what I'm saying? There are very few to no good men in this society. The man's job is to provide spiritual guidance in his home. How many men do you think are out here providing spiritual guidance to their families? So, like I said, this is not the same. Like, people keep on getting pissed off if I mention something about black women or whatever else. I mean, I just played a video. But the thing is this: which group of people, which ethnic group of people did they deliberately take the man out of the house? What group of people were they hell bent on getting the man out of the house? Only ours. They allowed the other people think that, like, oh, you know, they have, they don't have broken households. Yeah, you do. All of you other people who even have a man in the house, you still have a broken household, because your man can't lead you for shit. That's why they were so concerned with putting our men in prison, getting them out of the house. If we give you money, he can't be in the house. But they didn't do that with the other nations, because they know that our men are the ones who run shit spiritually. They're supposed to. They have certain, job they're supposed to do. That is why we were the ones that were kicked out of the house, and the only people that got replaced with money were our women. They're predominantly the only ones that were given money in place of us, because they didn't want us in the house. They didn't want us giving guidance to our children. They didn't want us giving guidance to our women. And even till today, when all shit is still falling apart, you still got like a lot of women saying, I don't need a man. I can do this by myself. Well, now you're really going to be doing it by yourself now, because you're not going to be getting that influx of money to take the place of our men. And that's one thing, like, we know I've done video years ago about multiple wives and stuff like that, and I got a lot of women, and I don't agree with that. Fine. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Okay? But I can see there's pros and cons to everything. Okay? Technically, you could say I'm a husband to probably thousands of women, because I'm the one who leads them spiritually. I have led many people, men and women, spiritually. There's much more to this, like us doing things together, than sex. This society has made it sound like, oh, it's all about just having multiple women so I can have sex with this woman and that woman and that woman. There's much more to this than just that. It's about direction. If that's all it was about, like, what makes you think even a good man wants to deal with all of these women? First of all, again, that's all, like, that takes time from studying, working on ourselves, having a relationship with the Most High. All of that takes time from all of that. So again, like I said, that's what society has so screwed our people up. It's just screwed up our thinking and everything else. I know our women really don't need men, because our women are badass like that. Our women take care of freaking everything. I already know that. Right? Our women run shit. That's why they were so hell bent on getting us out of the house. Okay? So that you guys would work for the other nations. You would go and work for the other nations. Just like when these Democrats when they want to get elected, who do they go to? Who do the Democrats go to? Our women. Why? Because they get shit done. We understand that. I understand that. Like I said, our women are the best. I understand that. Okay? I said, I am not your enemy. As a so-called black man, Israelite man, I am not your enemy. And this is the thing they have been afraid of. Us coming together. And we are now together. So now we are going to work together to build our nation. Our women are not going to be working to build your nation. But our society is so screwed up because for these generations, our men have not been in the house. They have not given direction. I can say for myself, I am here to give direction. I am used by the Most High to give direction, to show us how powerful we were in the past as a people, and how powerful we will be going forward. But I don't want to hear, like, anytime you say something like, well, your picture, you're like attacking women. I'm not attacking anyone. I said our people, like a lot of women, our women are quick to like think that, I've seen it. I can say it in my own family. Like my mom, I do not have a relationship with her. She lives, I could walk to her house in 10 minutes. Haven't spoken to her in years. Okay, I do not have mama issues. I said, she's been like this her whole life. This is what society has done to our people. When she got divorced from my dad, she got with a white man. And the society has taught her that, if you want to be successful, black men ain't shit. I've heard that shit my whole life. You ain't shit. You're just like your daddy. Your daddy wasn't shit. You're not shit. Blah, blah, blah. Nothing positive. Always negative. This, and that. Okay? That is what I grew up hearing my whole life. My mom, like I said, mean as fuck. But that's what the society has done to her. Doesn't want to believe that she's done anything wrong, wants to believe that it's always a man that's done something wrong to her, a man's a problem, and it's this, and that, right? Now, I'm not saying this just because, because that made me the man that I am now. I have no problem, because that was what I had to go through growing up to be the man that I am today. Okay? So I have experienced that type of black woman my whole life, and I know exactly how that is, and I know how exactly that is, not trying to keep me away from my father, keep me away from my dad, and everything else. I said, so I know exactly how that is, how the society ruined her, right? And then ruined my childhood, didn't see my dad for years, and things like that. And when I wanted to see him, she was trying to keep me away. All the same shit that I've seen. So again, when I see people like trying to like always like make it seem like it's the man that's always the issue, I said, you're not being truthful. I said, because a lot of these women, I said, got help from the government and got the opportunity to live and do whatever they wanted to do without a man in the house. And, I said there was no direction whatsoever. So I understand, like, yes, there was a man in the house. There was a white man in my house for a while when I was living with him. But that's not a real man because, again, he did not teach me anything spiritually. He did not teach me anything spiritually. They're not capable of teaching me anything spiritually. My mom was not capable of anything spiritually as well because it was not in her. This is why we have to, we had to go through these things to learn. So when I had kids, I make sure that I was there for them. Does that guarantee everything's going to be right just because you're there for them? Absolutely not. You can still teach your kids certain things, and then they still go their wayward ways. But at least I feel like I did my job. Okay? Everybody is damaged to a degree. You see what I'm saying? Everyone is damaged to a degree, right? I said, but now is our opportunity to heal. Now is our opportunity to be called back. Like I said, our ancestors had to go through all this. You don't think like, well, our ancestors, we get on them. I said, but that was all going through the curses. Like they didn't know any better. They were being sold here, sold there. Their thing was just to survive. Now we are being called back. We had to break those ancestral curses. And that is what we are now going to be called is a time to heal together. Right? Narcissism definitely is a very gripping thing for, I can say the same thing. Yeah, definitely with my mother. Yes. I said, so again, it's not all men and women is not what this society makes it seem like and what it is and how it is going forward. I don't know how it's going to go forward. You know what I'm saying? I have no idea. I said, but what they say is a good man is not a good man here, because everything for a man now is about a paycheck. But I see very few men that lead their families. Yeah, they might come and drop a check off, but as far as leading them anywhere, their kids are just as clueless as their mom and dad. Right? We definitely need a lot of time to heal. Definitely. And I look forward to healing with my family. I look forward to getting away from these other nations and their influences and healing as a family. These generational curses are something that's in our DNA. I understand that. That's why, I do my best to give grace to us, because we need it. All of us need grace. Like I said, the only group of people that they forced the man out of the house was the so-called Israelites. And then they allowed any base man to come in to those homes, and look, they give them money, and then these base men move in and live rent-free with them. And then these kids are being raised not by their fathers, but some dude that a lot of these women bring in, and they end up probably sleeping with the daughters and doing other crap and stuff like that, and fucking with the heads of these kids and everything else. That's all, but again, that's lack of direction. That's lack of order. And this is why most of these men, even in our nation, are going to die too. Just got out of jail, exactly. You see what I'm saying? So it's like they're not worried. A lot of the women are not worried about a good example for their children. They're worried about, just having a man around or fulfilling their needs. Like, there's a lot of stuff, like I said, this has been going on for generation and generation. Seeing that with my own family members. So again, EBT going down and all this stuff happening, I said, it has to go down. Everything has to go down. This whole system has to collapse. $38 trillion of debt. Why do you think all of a sudden they're not paying for stuff? Why do you think a lot of, all these benefits and dainties are being cut off? Because there's no more money and the time. That's why they allowed all this debt to go from the 70s till now, because they knew it was their last generation. It was their last generation, their last 60 years. And all of a sudden, that 60 years of being on top, and now it's over with. Right? America is broke. Exactly. Bringing a lot of these scumbags around our children. All, to fulfill their own needs. And like a lot of people, it's other nations. I'm not saying it's just black people. Like, look, because even when our women are bringing around other races around, they're bringing base people in the house. Same thing with our women. Our men. Our men go with other the vast majority of women are base as well. There are very few people that have been given spiritual understanding and spiritual power. So it goes both ways. And look, guess what? You could be with a so-called Negro and they be base also. There are plenty of base black women and black men. And see, that whole thing with Drewski was you know, they try to show the black dude walking with the white girl. He's, oh, we lost another one. You could be walking around with a so-called black woman and still lost another one because she's base, because she has given up her opportunity to follow the law, statutes, and commandments in a life before. Same thing with our men. Men, there are plenty of men. Hey, oh man, that brother's handsome. Oh, he's got it going on. He makes 6 figures. Oh, he's 6'5". Oh, he's this, and that. And he could be just as base as just about any other so-called minority because he's all about this world. So see, that's what they try to teach us, you know, with these camps where it's, oh, well, if you're black, you're good. Oh, if your dad's black, you're good. When 2/3 or more are base, clowns. This is why you have to do what? Test the spirit. It's all about testing the spirit. Yes, America definitely is on hospice. For sure. Here, I'll show you this guy right here.
Bro, y'all in trouble, bro. In 2026, all you gonna see is females and kids under the bridge panhandling. That's no more Section 8, no more SNAP benefits. What that mean? That means y'all is in trouble, bro. Y'all in trouble, bro. In 2026, all you gonna see is females and kids under the bridge panhandling. That's all you gonna see. It's over. It's over. Trump pulling the plug. You know what? I ain't mad. I go to work every day. I'm taking taxes out. I don't even know these people. They get to stay home all day. And this ain't to the people that you know, that can't do nothing. This ain't to the disabled people, the people that can't do nothing. I ain't speaking to them. I'm speaking to the females, because men don't really get benefits. I'm speaking to the dirty females who be home all day with they stink kids, fronting on real men that work every day, acting like they got the bag. You got the government. You don't got the bag. Now look, it's over. Now y'all all on TikTok crying and, I don't know what to do. Shut up. Figure it out. It's over. No more Section.
Like I said, and that's the whole thing. It's like, it's a wrap. Oh, look at this dude about the DNA test. That's and that just shows you again the vast majority of these. Look, most people who go to these churches are base. You can go to a white church, you're base. You go to a black church, you're still a base individual because you're pushing the same doctrine.
Hey, yo, so I asked the Israelites to prove that they were Israelites through the DNA, and they went quiet on it. You know, what a DNA test to show that your bloodline goes back to the Israelites of the Bible. Why y'all so quiet? I hadn't heard nothing. But because y'all was blowing my little video up, telling me I'm stupid and dumb. But when I start asking about the DNA test, y'all done got mighty quiet on your boy. I'm just saying, I'm not saying that you're not a bloodline Israelite. All I asked was, let me see the DNA test. That's all. Genetic testing, let me see something. Because you're hiding. Come on back outside. Come on back outside and play.
This nigga right here. That's base right there. I said, before I show you my DNA test that proves it, let me, since your government is giving all this money to the Jewish people, have them show us their DNA test first. Have them show us their DNA test first. Because you guys seem to believe it so much, why don't you go ahead and show me theirs first? And make sure it shows me that they are the bloodline, people from 4,000 or 5,000 years ago. I said, I'm not getting any money, but they are. Shouldn't they have to prove who they are first? I'm playing outside. I'm right here. Why don't you do that first? But see, you can show how this dude is a base person right here, because again, he's covering for Ish, covering for them, and trying to go after the Israelites out here without even making the other people prove anything. See, the white man never has to prove anything to y'all. He can just say it and you believe it. But let a black man say something. Oh, I need proof. Just like we talk about the Bible and we show y'all, that the Israelites, that the Most High only loves the Israelites. Yahushua only came for the Israelites, and we can show you that. But these people can't show you anything. You don't make them prove anything. Exactly. Why do we got to prove anything to you guys? When they will not prove anything. They act like you niggas I don't got to prove anything to you niggas. That's pretty much what they be doing to us. But then our black people are like, yeah, you right, boss. You don't got to prove anything to us. You don't got to prove anything to us. In fact, we'll go after anybody that says anything against you. Okay, boss? Okay? So long as you keep bringing these benefits in. See, 501c3, that's a benefit. That's what they got. Tax exempt benefits right there. Same thing. We're living off of welfare, getting stuff for free, not having to pay taxes. See, everybody's been, that's been on that part, has been getting some type of benefit, right? This is why you guys cannot serve two masters. This is why you try to clown us, but it's not going to work. So, Sirach, that's in, that would be in the Apocrypha. Sirach 5 and 8 through 15-ish. Pretty much, set not thine heart upon goods unjustly gotten, for they shall not profit in the day of calamity. That is exactly what you guys are seeing right now. Sirach 5, read 8 through 15, but check this one part out here. Set not thine heart upon goods unjustly gotten, for they shall not profit in the day of calamity. You guys got benefits unjustly. The benefits you got in 1965 till today, all that free stuff you got, that was unjustly gotten. You got those things without your forefathers fighting for them. You did not go through what our forefathers went through. So again, you got goods unjustly. And now at the end, for they shall not profit in the day of calamity. This is the day of calamity. That is what this is right now. Letter of Clement from the Lost Scriptures book, page 187. This age and the age to come are two enemies. Cannot be a friend of both. We should do the will of the one that called us, not fearing departing this world. See, you guys did everything, whatever they tell you, you jump on. Whatever they say, oh, well, you should ask them for a DNA test. Why don't you ask them for a DNA test? Why don't you ask the Native Americans for a DNA test? You've been giving them all these benefits and they never had to prove who they were. Shepherd of Hermas, Lost Scriptures book, page 269, 50, 1 through 3. Can't prepare a house here or you will lose your house in the kingdom. Cannot prepare your house here, right? And then because you're going to lose your house in the kingdom. If all you've been worried about is getting your government assistance and, pretty much having that take the place of a man so that you don't have to listen to him and that you can do whatever the hell you wanted to go do. Well, you can't prepare this and then think that that I can say Jesus and I'll just go to a rapture and I'll be good. It doesn't work like that. on. Let me get this next one on. Hold on. This world is dead. This world that we live in is dead. And as you can tell right now. This is from the Nag Hammadi, which all of a sudden now on TikTok, they're trying to sell all these books. Like all of a sudden, it's hilarious how all of a sudden now you see all these people, oh, if you want to know the Bible, you need to read this book and that book. Book of Sylvanus. But see, unlike them, we've already read those and got that information. It's page 510 in your Nag Hammadi. Everyone goes about in deceit. The whole earth is full of suffering and pain, things of which are no profit. Next, Odes of Solomon, page 757, 9 through 13, in the Old Testament pseudepigrapha. And all of them who were lacking perished, because they were not able to express the word so that they might remain. So all that are lacking, as you can see, a whole lot of people are lacking. They will perish. Again, Odes of Solomon, page 757, 9 through 13. And all of them who were lacking perished, because they were not able to express the word so that they might remain. You must be able to express the word. You must be able to express the word. Third book of Hermas, chapter 3. All the trees had shed their leaves. They all looked dead. Like now, neither the righteous or unrighteous are known. This world is the winter. All of us had shed our leaves and we all looked dead. This world was a dead place. But now you're starting to see people showing their leaves. The few of us that are now demonstrating that we have leaves. We have works that will remain through the fire. Hold on. Romans 9 and 22. What if the Most High, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction? The Most High allowed you, you vessels of wrath fitted for destruction to rule and reign. You got your last 60 years, 1965 to 2025. And now all of a sudden, the first payment of SNAP, EBT, has now ceased. 23. And that he might make known the riches of his glory on the vessels of mercy, which he had afore prepared unto glory. He allowed the other nations to rule and reign for a time. That time is over. These are the scriptures, and we're going to go into a lot more, that your pastors and priests will not allow, won't read. They won't read them, and they won't explain them. And that's why all these things now are going on all over the place. And there's nothing that you can do to stop it. You can have people come on here and ask stupid questions about DNA tests and this, and that, trying to clown the Hebrews. But you damn sure won't step to someone like myself, who's going to go not only destroy you in that Bible, but is going to go into other books as well as historical books and destroy you there too. You are not ready. This is exactly why AI was made at this time. Because AI, they set up AI in order to combat people like us, people like myself. I said, and they get smoked every single time as well. It works fine on people who are not learned, keeping them asleep, but it does not work on us because we have the Holy Spirit. The The Holy Spirit is our intelligence. You guys have artificial, man-made intelligence. We have the Holy Spirit, which is spiritual intelligence, which is way more advanced than anything you could ever hope to experience. So, for you other nations, so you understand what's going on right now, you guys keep trying to come over here and you're trying to clown under your own, under like a controlled environment. That's why y'all make something about IUIC and try to clown them, because you damn sure ain't gonna try to clown someone like myself. You just try to mess around with numbers and whatever else. I said, but those days are over. So I'm gonna leave y'all with this.
Bitch, I don't play. I'm petty and I'm known to throw shade. Hating ho, please just go. Don't get cute, just walk away. Girl, bye. Please listen. Fuck you. Please listen. Fuck you. Get lost, boo-boo. Bitch,
So again, we don't play over here. You got 3i Atlas sitting behind that sun. You got everything falling apart over here. You think you are in some position to try to clown someone when the Most High is clowning you every damn day. All praise is Most High Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother. Who is wisdom? Who is the Holy Spirit? Acknowledgement to Yahweh Shai. Shalom.